I recently had a conversation with myself and I said, tienes que bloquear más. One of the things about ADHD, at least how I perceive it, is I could be working on a project, decide to start working on a project, and I'm all in, 100%. But in the middle of that project, before it's even finished, I just get bored with it and I don't even want to do it anymore.
Tony, please don't. Please don't be silly. We can take a silly one in a second.
My in-laws just left a little bit ago after spending Thanksgiving with us. Spent about a week here, which was an absolute treat. Absolutely love them. They're like a second set of parents to me. They even made me enchiladas, which is from like some restaurant that no longer exists that was non-authentic Mexican food, but still they have the recipes for it. Honestly, like as a Mexican, you look at that and you're like, that shouldn't be good, but it is so damn good. So I've alluded to this a few times now, but I've never explicitly said that I do have ADHD. And I was diagnosed maybe 10 months ago. That is precisely what you do with your Thanksgiving leftovers. All right, I wanted to ask you this unprompted. You don't know what I'm gonna ask. I do this a lot. But since I've been medicated, what changes have you seen in me, you and us?
Mostly just that you don't have like a meltdown, a nervous breakdown when we're doing kind of everyday things that usually trigger you.
And the truth is, the medication has helped me reduce my anxiety a bit, helped me focus more on the task at hand, so to speak.
I think that you're like tidier. You get more done, I would say. And you're like, you don't, when I ask you to help me do things around the house, or not to help me, but you know, to just do your part, you don't have a meltdown. Where before I think you would get overwhelmed when I asked you to like do the dishes or something, and you would sometimes blow up a little bit, but you don't do that anymore.
That's fair.
And when the plan changes, you're a bit more flexible when plans change. Like right now, I asked you to go for a walk, and you weren't like, but I need to make videos and do this and do that. Like you were like, okay.
Which we do need to be making videos.
Yeah, always be creative.
Always be creative, that's my wife. Abe doesn't let me do this often, so I'm embracing every second of it. But the entire family is matching, and we're just walking this neighborhood like we own it.
We do.
Whilst on our walk.
Not really on our walk, it was inside our house.
It was inside our house, right when we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Theo got stung by a little hornet, and he's being a champ about it.
He's being really brave. Do you want the rest of this hummus and some carrot?
No, thank you. I gotta finish vlogueando. As you can imagine, Vlogmas is a combination of the word vlog and Christmas, right? And the idea is almost like an advent calendar. You are producing or creating a new video every day leading up until Christmas time. Now, what I take it as, being a native Spanish speaker, is that I need to vlog más. More. I need to vlog more. Okay, as a non-native speaker, do you think, just a guess, do you think vlogueando is a word, or vloguear? To vloguear?
Your vlogar is the verb, and then you conjugate it to vlogueando.
Yeah. Do you think it's a word?
I think so. Right here. It is.
Andamos vlogando.
Theo, do you know Spanish?
And what I particularly like is that it allows me to further challenge myself without having the obstacles of being foggy-minded. If you've ever been anxious or experienced anxiousness before, it's almost like swimming with foggy goggles. You know, if the lanes are set, you kind of know the direction you're going and you're kind of familiar with the movement, but otherwise it's just kind of like you don't know where you're going. You see, what these things are not are a magic pill. They don't magically make my ADHD go away or anything. They just make it easier, and as I said, they make the fogginess go away, and it makes my head a little bit more clear, and I can better focus on things. I'm not as anxious, things like that. I still have to focus. I still have to put in the work on doing things. Again, it doesn't just alleviate all that I have. What's been difficult is that now, ironically, that I do have more focus, I realize that I can put a little bit more effort and go a little harder on some of the things I want to go harder on, if that makes any sense. However, as I said, I need to. Wow, it just started getting darker. That's one of the things about this studio. The lighting is not consistent, and I can make it consistent by blocking that window. I digress. That's why this looks different, because of that window. Anyways, I still have to own my shit, and I still have to actively practice and put an effort into what it is I want to do. I've said this plenty of times, and I'm getting sick of it. I'm sure you are too, that I want to be more consistent, unlike the lighting that keeps changing. And in order to be consistent, I have to put an effort. Tienes que bloquear más. I have to do it. I wanted to take on this challenge of doing it because it's going to force me to vlog más. I believe that the mind follows movement. And by moving and practicing this regular exercise of vlogging consistently every day, because I've committed to vlog más. Más seguido, más frecuente. El ejercicio de vlogar te ayudará tremendamente. My hope is that I get better at this.
There you go.
There she is.
That's the secret to good beans.
That's a nice bowl of beans.